Yo, what's up, guys? So okay, yeah. I wanna talk about. Actually, I want to talk about Twitter, but I think that's gonna take time. But then, okay, let me just talk about the certain topic that was happening on Twitter. So there was this woman who was like, she's never asked anything from her baby daddy, for 12 years, and then there was this screenshot that was happening of. Oh yeah, she asked the nigga. Like, yo, dude, can you actually help out with the school fees? And then the guy was like, I can't afford that right now. And then I don't know what she said because she might have she had to have said something because there's there's a second reply from the guy saying, I can't pay for her, which is the daughter with the girl, because that would mean that I can't pay for my boys. So what I saw from that is that he said he can't pay that amount of money just for one person when he has two other kids that he has to fork out school fees for. So now everyone's getting emotional on Twitter because okay, yeah, I don't know. Some apparently they saw something bad with the reply and that all men are trash and then as I was reading down the comments, it was literally almost like that. Like people were like, no, say this message and show her when she grows up that your father doesn't want you and then I literally posed a simple question. I was like, guys, but this guy did not say he does not want. He literally just stated his financial status that he cannot afford what the girl is asking, and that's all. And then I had this question that came up: is it because women use, I don't know what you call it, the emotions on decision making? So whenever they have to make decisions, it's purely based most of the time on emotions rather than what's in front of them. So because it became a thing of women were like, no, he doesn't want, he's a low ass scum, and to be fair, the amount of money, we don't know the amount of money, but from the school that the child goes to, I mean, like, it's pretty safe to say it's expensive. It's curro. Curro's expensive. And now, okay, the girl said she hasn't asked for anything from the guy for 12 years. So if she can afford it, why is she trying to make the guy look bad because he cannot literally afford to do what she can, in a nutshell? Because if probably the guy said he wanted to reconcile with the child, and I don't know, maybe this was the stipulation that okay, you wanna be in your daughter's life, do this. Isn't there more amicable way to solve this? Because being there for a child, yes, finances play a part, but then it's not only about money, as a lot of people know. Money makes you happy, yes, but if you wanna be involved, and if truly you are the mother and you want the child to like, it shouldn't be about money. It should be about, okay, what can you do? I understand that you can't do this, you can't do that. And as I was talking about the whole basis of emotions, that women use emotions to make decisions. Someone got emotional on what you call on Twitter because I was referencing to the katlego maboe situation where everyone was like, okay, not everyone, but most of the women were like, yeah, he's a scam, whereas he didn't do anything. That's the funny part. He didn't do anything. He did something, yes, he cheated, but what he was getting accused of, it wasn't him. It was actually the other way around, where the wife got whatever she got, whether it be chlamydia or whatever she got that is literally killing her womb, she got from somewhere else. And then she went and blackmailed the husband into thinking that he's the one that fucked her over. She literally lost everything, his job. She threatened that he wouldn't see his child because of I don't know what do you call it. It's not even a room. Like it's a flippin' lie. And then as I was asking this, there's a friend posed the question like, "Yo, are you all inclined to make decisions based on emotions?" And the answer was no. Men make it seem as emotions are a bad thing because we are emotional. And I'm like, I understand where you're going, but I'm just asking simple questions. Are you more inclined to make decisions based on emotions rather than factuality? It took literally like an hour before we got to a solid answer, straight answer of actually the question I was asking. But then, safe to say, she was defending every woman. It's okay, but that is not that just because we have to move forward from this now. We have to understand that in order to understand each other, in order to grow, must own up to whatever you're doing so that the other person can also own up to whatever they're doing and then we'll meet halfway. So back to the school fest thing, as I was talking to the girl, and I'm explaining that in the nicest possible way that women are inclined to emotionally blackmail men and use guilt or emotions or and then as I'm saying that she takes it in that way and then she becomes that and she's like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna see anything because I'm a woman and women I'm like that is the problem right there. We are having constructive conversation. Instead of you being constructive in the conversation, you take it and make it very petty and okay, yeah, you make it very petty and that's the whole reason why I was like going back to Twitter. I know I'm all over the place, but that's the reason more or less I was like Twitter is a great platform. It's diverse, it's yeah. But the people that use Twitter, they actually they concern me because like if you go through trends and you go through comments and you go like some things you like okay it should be simple like someone wrote this, it's fairly basic that probably everyone should understand this, and yet you get so many varying answers and contradictions and you are like what in the is happening here? Like, how is this even confusing people? How is this even becoming bigger than it is? Just because people, I don't know if they read two lines and then they conclude what the rest says, or I know it's a matter of perception, but then some perceptions you're like, okay, we are reading the same thing. This person says this. Then how did you then from those words, you're like, okay, no, I think, how do you go from, we are talking about cows and manure, and then you come, you tell us about airplanes and the petrol. Like, okay, how did you skip from this to that? Like, that's one thing that literally, uh, it amazes me, and at the same time, like, I shut down every time I see that. Like, my head just goes like, whoa, did that really just happen? And I'm like, how do you even start to answer people like that? How do you even start to conversate with someone when you literally, firstly, you have to drag them out of whatever hole they're in, push them to the light, to the question, explain the question, which is clear most times, and it's very simple, it's understandable, and then you still have to re-explain that no, and it's those things that you can't do it over voice note because typing sometimes and characters. That's what I'm saying. People look at text and then they see whatever they see, which is not written there, and then now you're like, but that how do you now have a conversation with this person? Because you're not on the same plane, you're not thinking the same way, you're not even thinking about the same thing, and it just becomes so frustrating. Like I wouldn't be surprised if there's people out there who've actually gotten depressed because of Twitter, of of because of the people they have to deal with on a daily basis. Because I don't use it often, but then the times that I do, I am like, wow. And so that's very serious issues, and you like people should be level-headed. People should be, but then that's when you start to realize that the brain is a very it's a very funny thing, eh? Like it's how it's nurtured and cultivated. Like it gives you varying circumstances of how people view things and how people see and understand things, because something might be totally right to one person, but then on the other side it's literally flipped, and you are like, okay, this thing is neither good nor bad, but people take it as this, it's religion to them, and the others take it as that is religion to them, which is, it's literally mind-boggling. But then I just want to understand how do you people, when you come across that, how do you deal with people who simply don't understand? Not people who have difference of opinion, because difference of opinion is something else, but then people who do not understand the fundamentals of opinions before they even give opinions, because they, I don't know, either it's a language barrier, or how they were taught to perceive things is totally different, or how their what do you call it, neurological whatever characteristics are are different, because I don't say flawed, are different. How do you then start to see them and not get frustrated to a point where you don't even want to answer what they're talking about. You don't even want to. You don't want anything. You just like you just like you just feel like you could actually find the person, take the phone away, and just like literally throw it somewhere. Like so, if someone could help me, that would be great. So yeah, that's actually what I wanted to talk about. Probably have more. Just that this flash is literally, yeah, it's literally flashing my eyes, and just might go blind anytime soon. So I should probably do this, make notes, make points, and sometime during the day where I don't have to use the flash, and then I'm like, yo, now pray it out, and then yeah, I'll post it. But then yeah, it's what I actually had to take.